We got Paul. It says Titan Shift.
Yep.
Playing against David on 4-color Felidar.
So yeah, David is playing that 4-color creature toolbox, the Healy combo deck.
It's got Eldritch Evolution.
It sure does.
It's got a bunch of ways for him to get whichever creature he needs at the moment.
Yeah.
Pretty nice tricks. Paul
it's
on
like
Titan
the perfect
Shift.
deck for Birthing Pod.
Well, if Birthing Pod was still in.
If Birthing Pod were legal.
It basically is Birthing Pod
It's
without
Birthing Pod without Birthing Pod.
I remember when Birthing Pod came out. That was quite the strong deck.
Yeah, even before Modern was a thing.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Quite good.
Paul playing Titan Shift, a bunch of Primeval Titans coming down.
Yeah, he's going to be going for that Valakut kill as fast as possible.
Yep.
Now, if
so
you're Paul, that looks like a good hand.
We got a Titan, we got 2 bolts. We don't have... We got 4 lands, Titan, 2 bolts.
Maybe not good. It's playable.
It's playable. There's no Search for Tomorrow. There's no ramp.
Yeah, if he has any idea what David's on,
yeah,
I imagine he keeps.
Now we got a Felidar Sovereign. Looks like a Primal Command, Oath of Nissa. I'm not sure about the second card. And 4
I don't
lands.
think that's a Primal Command. That might
I don't think so either. Scavenging Ooze.
Could be.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the second card there. So Paul won the roll. There we see a turn 1. That would be the Dryads. No. Oh, that's a Grand Prix Forest.
Yeah. Okay.
Tap for Oath of Nissa. That's one of the Grand Prix lands that they just started doing this year.
Yeah.
Here comes a Bird of Paradise off the Oath of Nissa, putting the Phantasmal Image and the Sacred Foundry back on the bottom of the library. So he's getting the early ramp.
Yeah.
And it also feeds the chain later on when he sacks the bird to get more expensive creatures.
Yeah. So it looks like you might have done a very, very good job setting up the fire hazard today, Andy. It's a little dark on the table.
Well, I wanted to make sure there was no glare.
I mean, mission achieved. There is no glare at all.
You know, because glare is a problem. All right, so it looks like David drew Saheeli Rai.
Yeah. That's a card.
And he already has the Felidar Sovereign in hand. The two of those come together very nicely.
They do. But I imagine Paul will have something to say about that.
Well, he does have a few bolts.
Yeah, he did keep that hand with the double bolt there.
But that's a combo that unintentionally was in Kaladesh.
Yeah.
And then was quickly banned.
Yeah. They did say that they didn't play test it very well.
Yeah. They learned a lot of lessons in Kaladesh.
They sure did.
Hopefully they'll stick. There's a Voice of Resurgence in his hand now, so he should be able to play a white mana and drop that.
Well, see, the problem, though, Andy, is you thought they would have learned these lessons the first time Mirrodin came around. And the first time ever they had to do standard bannings.
Yes.
Well, Type 2 bannings, they weren't before the release of the set.
I would have hoped they had learned it.
Yeah, it sure doesn't seem that way, though.
The biggest one I remember was walking... it was an artifact in Whirlwake. Artifact creature, you tap it to put a land into play. And it didn't have artifact on the type line. It was just creature...
Oh, yeah, Walking Atlas.
Walking Atlas, that's it.
Yeah.
That was the first one I remember. And at the pre-release, they're like, no, it is an artifact. Trust us. It really is. So, it's tough. Thank you very much, Dave.
Yeah, there it is.
Artifact creature.
You know, in all my years of playing Magic, I never noticed that.
Well, now you're welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It was errated at the pre-release.
Yeah. I remember the Scourge pre-release. Nobody knew how the heck Double Strike worked.
that has caused a lot of confusion. It still does to this day. All right, so Relic on Paul's side.
It's a good one.
I do believe David has Eternal Witness in his deck. So
I would assume so.
The Relic might come into play there.
We might just see a turn 3 Nissa here. Or turn 3 Saheeli.
I don't know if I want to expose her.
I mean, Paul already showed one bolt. David can't be playing around.
Yeah, he burned the bird.
Yeah. Not that Saheeli wins him the game in this situation.
Alright, so there's a look at the Relic of Progenitus. So Paul can just tap it on David's end turn, just keep the graveyard a little bit light.
Yeah.
And then, worst case scenario, respond to a spell or a trigger and exile everything.
Yeah, there's that Sun Titan.
So Looks like 2 lands, Sun Titans, Saheeli, Felidar, and Voice. I like the Voice here.
I think Voice is the play.
Because it's something he doesn't mind if it dies. And it's a presence on the board.
And if Paul wants to use his mana efficiently, he's giving up 2 elementals.
Yeah, he's got to do it now.
Yeah. So he's
okay, so he's just going to draw. So Voice of Resurgence came out in Dragon's Maze, I believe. Yes, because it was Dragon's Maze.
Sometime in that last time we were on Ravnica.
I remember I was doing a draft. I was doing a Chaos draft. And the person next to me it was their first draft. Mm-hmm. And they opened a Dragon's Maze. And they passed me the pack and it had a Ralzeric in it. And I said, "Are you sure you want to pass a Planeswalker?"
Yeah, they took the foil Voice.
She took the foil Voice.
I would have taken the same thing.
Yeah. Yep, there's
especially at that point in time, that foil Voice was quite expensive.
Pricey. Even more than the token.
Yeah, that token's still kind of pricey. Is that one of the ones you got at the pre-release, Andy, for your token collection?
Well, I have the token for it. It wasn't a pre-release token, but I do have that token. It's one of the ones that's up there, though.
Yeah.
Because it's produced by Mythic Rare, and it's a very played card.
Yeah.
So, same problem that the Monk tokens have.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Judge promo, Arena promo.
For Monastery Mentor. It was a League promo.
League promo. They're expensive.
Yep. It's a nice looking card, though.
Yeah.
Or token.
Which is fun because Monastery Mentor is kind of, since the banning of Sensei's Divining Top, it's gone down in playability.
It has. It has. It still has a home.
Oh, it's still a great card.
And it still pops up. I believe I've started seeing a few human decks.
With Monastery Mentor?
No, that doesn't make sense.
Because
they don't have enough non-creatures.
They don't run any non-creatures usually.
Ether Vial. But yeah, that's about it. So no, I haven't seen it in there. I thought I saw it somewhere though in Modern. We'll see if we see it tonight. It's Modern format.
Yeah.
So here comes the Kitchen Sphinx.
Yep, that is Kitchen Sphinx.
David's going to gain some life. Paul's deck, not burned, but it likes to do damage in chunks of 3.
Yeah. So there is a critical mass for Paul's deck. There is a certain point where he can't do any more damage. It's a huge amount of damage, though.
He can do a ton of damage off Valakut, but he still has attacks from Primeval Titans.
Yeah.
Primeval Titans. But yes,
David's not worried about the attacks.
No, he's got blockers.
Yeah, plenty.
Yeah, Paul's trying to do all the damage in one shot.
Yeah, so it's looking pretty good for him, though. He just needs to drop one more land and draw Escape Shift.
Yeah.
And then that'll be most of David's life.
Now, Scape Shift has a weird interaction. Yeah. Jake, if you can pull up Scape Shift. Paul's trying to win with Valakut, which he doesn't have yet.
Yeah.
Valakut, when a mountain enters the battlefield, if you control 5 other mountains,
yes,
it deals 3 damage. It does a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Now, the thing with Scape Shift lets you sacrifice any number of lands, search your library for that many lands, and put them onto the battlefield.
Yes.
So if he has
6 lands,
one of them
doesn't even need to be Valakut. He just needs to have 6 lands, and Scape Shift will trigger 15 damage off Valakut. Or if he has 7 lands, he can kill somebody.
So he needs to drop 6 mountains into play at the same time. Instead, he has 5 other mountains.
No. Because if he puts 5 into play, they check all the other ones. So the last one sees that there are 5.
Okay, so it's not 5.
Wait.
Can you pull up Valakut? V-A-L-A-K.
This is a good one.
This is the issue with Titan Shift. And I'm sure Paul is very well versed on this.
He more than likely knows exactly what he's doing here.
Florbro 59, Modern. Everybody loves Modern. Alright, if you control at least 5 other mountains, so you need 6 lands to enter play.
And
at least one of them.
Yeah, because Valakut is not a mountain. Yeah.
Valakut is not a mountain. Now, if he has
Prismatic Omen,
all lands are all basic land types.
All his lands are all basic land types. Yeah.
So then 6 lands is enough. If he doesn't,
then he needs
to have 7 lands to do Escape Shift.
Yes, and that'll get 2 Valakuts and 5 mountains.
No, then he needs 8. Because he needs 5 other mountains. So he would need to hit 6 mountains and 2 Valakuts, and that's...
Yeah, you're right.
18. That's 36. Oh, Lord. We're going to watch this until Paul takes it. If he combos, then we'll do the math. This is the issue with the Titan Shift.
Yeah.
But you are correct. There's a critical mass. Once he hits too many land drops.
Yeah. Even Escape Shift can't save him.
Yep. Alright, so David's dropping Saheeli, which is part 1 of his combo. So we got 2 pretty strong combo decks facing off.
He's making a copy of that. I don't know if I like that.
Is that a copy of the voice?
He made a copy of the voice.
There are copy tokens at the table if you need them.
I would have made a copy of that.
Kitchen Finks pump your life up a little.
But it's also 3 power swinging in.
Now, and also that copy is going to stay there. If Paul wants to get rid of Saheeli, he's got to bolt it.
I thought the copy's got exiled at the end of turn.
Okay, so we get exiled and then Paul can respond after the exile.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul not too worried about his life total. He's just trying to get to his combo.
He's still got 11 whole life to play with.
Yeah. Looks like he did block one of the probably the Kitchen Finks.
So he's got 6 mountains on the table right now.
Forbro, wish you could have been here playing Modern with us. I'm assuming you're back at home playing Legos with your sister, though, which is cool.
So here's the Primeval Titan.
So that's going to get 2 lands.
I'm going to assume it's going to be double Valakut.
Well, if he gets Valakut Mountain, then he gets a trigger and he can bolt something. But double Mountain probably seems... Or double Valakut seems better.
Yeah.
Nope, Valakut Mountain.
Valakut Mountain, okay.
So he's getting his trigger.
I guess he can get Valakut Mountain again next time.
When it attacks.
Yeah. This gives him some immediate value. David can make his little 2/2.
I don't believe I have any of the elemental tokens at the table. Not the Voice of Resurgence ones. Alright, so we've had our first Valakut trigger of the game, but it had to direct it at a creature instead of the head.
Which is not bad.
It clears the board a little. It replaced itself, but it's replaced with a much less threatening creature.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's bolting away that die. Good, because it was a eyesore on the mat.
How did we bolt it away? Oh,
he played another mountain. So he had 2 landfalls from the Primeval Titan, and then he played land for turn.
Yeah.
And if he has Escape Shift in hand, now we're looking at lethal. Without even having to do a lot of math. Because that's 8 mountains, which is more than enough. Alright.
There goes David going infinite.
Yeah. Paul has a response.
Oh, actually David can't go infinite.
Well, he's going to flicker Saheeli, and then Saheeli copies.
Yeah, that's true.
So he does have the combo here. The interaction here, if you can pull up Felidar Sovereign, Felidar.
Yeah.
That is the creature that David just played. And the way this interaction goes, when it enters the battlefield, he can flicker, Felidar Guardian.
Yeah, Felidar Guardian on that one.
Sorry about that. When the Guardian enters the battlefield, he may exile another permanent. In this case, he's trying to exile Saheeli.
Yeah.
And then it returns immediately back to the battlefield. Alright, if you can pull up Saheeli Rai, Saheeli. When her second ability?
Yeah, -2.
-2, she creates a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature. So, and it gains haste.
Yep.
So the Felidar that enters initially bounces Saheeli. She comes back with 3 counters. -1, put a copy of the Guardian.
Which bounces Saheeli.
Comes into play, bounces Saheeli.
Yeah.
And it keeps going until David has a near infinite number of Guardians.
Yeah. So, I would think that Paul here is going to swing for a lot.
Okay. We have a question from the room for you, Ben.
Yes.
Thing in the ice.
Uh-huh.
Can that attack the turn that it flips?
Yes.
I agree.
Well, if it has been on the battlefield continuously.
Can you bring up
since your
Thing
last
in the ice?
turn.
So, the ruling on flip cards,
yes,
they are the same permanent.
They do not leave the battlefield when
now,
they transform, unless they specifically say so.
The creature... Right. It's a transform card, so Thing in the Ice. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, remove an ice counter from Thing in the Ice. Then if it has no counters on it, transform it. Transforming does not exile.
Nope.
So
unless
that is
it says so.
So that is still the same card. Now, some of the enchantments in Ixalan
Yeah.
Search for Escanta, I believe.
Yeah.
Do say
Search
exile.
for Escanta, yeah.
And then
all the
return.
planeswalkers that flip.
The origin style planeswalkers.
Yeah. The new Nicol Bolas as well.
But most flip creatures do not exile, so they still have the same status as far as haste, summoning sickness, as the permanent did before it was flipped.
This is the case,
and that was a question from the room, where they're actually playing Pass to Us through Jake over my headset. So hopefully that answers your question.
That is a Scapeshift.
Scapeshift's gonna sack a bunch of mountains. Probably not sacking Valakut's.
Yeah, I would assume that all these mountains disappear, and then 2 more Valakuts and 5 mountains go out.
I only saw 3 put in the graveyard. He has a ton of mountains on the battlefield already, so...
Yeah, I guess no reason to expose yourself to a potential...
With David at 8.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 3 mountains.
So that's 18 damage. More than enough.
Yeah.
So in the battle of the combos...
The simpler combo wins.
Paul's edged out David.
Yeah. The 2-card combo beats the 5-card combo.
Yep. No.
I like 5-card combos.
The 5-card combo beat the 2-card. Which are you calling a 2-card?
Valakut and Mountain.
Saheeli Feldar Guardian.
Oh. Okay, that's fair. You got it. You got it there. Valakut Mountain. The combo that involves lands wins.
Yes, the land one won.
the one where half of it you can't interact with.
Well, I'm pretty sure David has acidic salt.
I would hope that David has some kind of answer in his board here.
It's a tool deck. It's a toolbox deck, so it's definitely going to have something in there.
Yeah.
For Paul, he's seen that David's on the Saheeli combo, so he's definitely going to keep instant speed interactions. Lightning bolts are staying in, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he has Anger of the Gods in the sideboard or something like that to bring in. Seeing that David's on a very heavy creature deck. I don't even know if it'd be worthwhile. I'm not sure. Paul has a bunch of mountains, and already with the duels, he might have... Yeah, because like Ben was saying before, once Paul plays too many mountains...
Yeah, he cannot...
That combo's off the table, He can't do it anymore. So he was just being conservative. He still dealt 18 damage.
Yeah, with double Valakut.
So, it was still more than enough.
Man, I remember this deck when it was standard.
Valakut?
Yeah. I mean, there was no Scapeshift, but there was Primetime.
Yeah.
And there was Valakut. And I'll tell you right now, it's super frustrating to not be able to interact with the combo because it involves playing lands.
Well, maybe you should get something that interacts with lands.
Oh, I did. I played a card called Tunnel Ignis. When a land enters the battlefield under opponent's control, if they had a land enter the battlefield before that, they get bolted. Yeah.
So a little Valakut right back at you.
Yeah. I mean, nice. it was a 2-1 for 2, so it usually got that first Valakut trigger, but... You know, I got a couple in your face moments.
Maybe they could have given it pro red or something.
That'd have been pretty cool, but it still would have
died to Valakut. Valakut's colorless.
But
or specifically protection from lands.
Protection from Valakut. Protection from Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle. Even though it's a different plane.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
It's a tunnel Ignis. Maybe a tunnel this way there.
I mean,
who knows? Who knows? I'm assuming it's from Mirrodin.
It sure was. It sure was.
Those Phyrexians, they've been everywhere.
Yeah, but it was not in the Phyrexian part.
Oh, it was a Mirrodin part?
The Scars of Mirrodin. Yeah, with a Mirrodin watermark.
Oh. Yeah. That would have made sense then. I'm trying.
Hey.
I'm trying.
I like it. I like where you're going with it.
I just want the Ignis to be happy. That's all I really want.
It was happy. I killed somebody with it.
Alright, so players, looks like they're done sideboarding. We got some shuffling, and then we'll be getting into game 2. I'm assuming David will be on the play. Seems like the kind of deck that you don't want to...
Yeah, it seems likely to be on the play here. Hitting 3 when your opponent's on 2 is pretty critical.
Yeah. Bro, why didn't you come out to Modern tonight? I have KCI. You could have borrowed it.
Yeah, it's true. But we're gonna play Commander on Sunday, so.
Oh, you're playing Commander, practicing.
Yeah, you're coming, right? We're gonna be probably here
on Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I did on Wednesday?
What'd you do?
I swung by the store.
Oh, nice.
You know who was here?
Not me.
5 giant groups of people playing Dungeons and Dragons.
That's pretty cool.
Tons of people. Every table was full of Dungeons and Dragons.
That's really cool. I'm glad I didn't. I was thinking about hitting up Vorbro here and see if he wanted to come down and play some Commander.
It's not on Wednesdays.
Not worked.
They are packed here on Wednesdays.
So, yeah, that's a perfect segue. Wednesdays, if you guys want to play some D&D, come on down to Other Realms.
Down. They're always looking for new players.
We had 5 big old groups. That's at least 20 people.
Yep. Both hands have 3 lands. I guess the Escape Shift and a Search and a Valakut.
I think this is a very good hand for Paul.
And he definitely brought in the Anger of the Gods.
Yeah, that card seems real good against David.
Yeah. Starting off, same as last game, Oath of Nissa.
Yeah.
You know Oath went back on her, or Nissa went back on her oath.
She did. She also ran away and went home.
Jeez.
Liliana broke
I'm
her.
so disappointed.
Now, did Liliana break her oath?
Liliana just kind of stepped out of it, I think.
Well,
I don't know if you call it breaking.
I mean, Bolus is like, hey, come with me or you die.
Yeah, Bolus has her contract now.
Yeah.
So she didn't really have a choice.
I mean, she could have died.
Maybe she's still in the oath.
True. Oh, maybe she's being sneaky.
Right?
And Jace doesn't remember the oath. No, he got his memories back.
Did he?
Yeah, there's the flood of unconsciousness or whatever.
I just know I'm disappointed in Nissa. She was my girl.
Well, I mean, I saw it coming.
I spent a lot of time hanging out with Nissa during Battle for Zendikar Kaladesh.
I saw it coming, though.
Did you?
You know...
It didn't really fit her personality.
What, that she left?
That she joined the guild.
Yeah, that she joined up in the first place.
Launch,
yeah.
Because she only really cared about Zendikar.
Yeah.
Alright, Paul reading the Lotus Cobra. Lotus Cobra, hugely strong card. Very big during Zendikar block.
It sure was.
Landfall, land enters the battlefield, you get mana of any color.
Yeah, there were fetches in that format, too.
Oh, there's fetches in Modern, too.
Yeah. It was pretty gross. I Genesis Wave for like 16 on turn 5. With Lotus Cobras.
Zendikar, I opened more boxes of Zendikar than I had at any setup at that point, because I was trying to get the Expedition.
I opened
Battle
for Zendikar.
No, the original Zendikar.
The treasures.
The treasures, yes.
Yeah.
I was trying to find treasures, and I never did.
Yeah, me neither. Dude, I opened a lot.
I also never got Lotus Cobras.
I opened a lot of Zendikar, like multiple cases.
Right?
A lot of Zendikar.
Because you wanted the treasures.
I wanted fetches.
Fetches, too, yeah.
Yeah. I built up a pretty significant collection, and I was basically just trading fetches for whatever I wanted.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, it's a $4 card. I'll give you a fetch for it. Now I look back and realize how much of a mistake that was.
You got what you wanted at the time.
It did.
So.
It did.
Speaking of lands with value, here comes the Tireless Tracker, which gives even more value to lands.
It sure does.
So you should have a clue coming. No, he didn't have a land coming.
No, he already played the land.
He just cast a creature. But where I was going was Guilds of Ravnica pre-release in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
People going to be cracking open Shocklands.
This is true. They
They
all got some nice art on them, too.
They do look nice. I like the Steam vents especially.
Yeah. I like the flavor text on that one.
Was talking with somebody in the store earlier about that. What do you think as far as values?
They're going to go back down to $10.
I told them they're going to dip down.
Yeah.
But I highly expect them to return right back up.
Once this Ravnica cycle is done again, yeah, they'll go back up. But they'll be 10 or under while they're in standard.
Get them while they're hot.
Yeah.
And then they're going to go right back up. So if you have them at home, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah.
Just don't look to trade them while Ravnica's out. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big finance guy, but that's pretty much been the trend whenever they reprint.
Well, you can't trust me on Magic financing at all because I'm really bad at it.
You weren't trading for Shocklands before the set, though.
No, I wasn't. Because no, but yeah.
So on this,
I just have no words.
Yeah, we just saw David play a fetch land.
Yeah.
Had Paul not killed off the tracker and the snake,
that's a lot of mana.
It would have been a lot of mana and a couple of clues.
5. It had access to 6 mana this turn.
Yep.
That's Sun Titan territory. But yeah, the flavor text on the new Steam vents, it's something like one of the Demure guys is going, and is it construction project without regulations? Nothing to worry about there.
Is it or never up to anything wrong? They're always doing good stuff for the betterment of Ravnica.
Maybe when Niv Mizzet was inside, or in charge, I mean. But Rawls Eric.
Yeah.
Bolus's homie.
Now, yeah, they've revealed that all of the planeswalkers in the first 2 sets this trip back to Ravnica are Bolus's minions.
So, Tezzeret. We'll see a Tezzeret.
Yeah, but I'm wondering where that leaves Niv Mizzet.
Oh, he's been usurped. He's no longer in charge of the...
Really?
Yeah.
I must have missed that.
Rawls Eric took over.
Well, yeah, but Niv is still on the plane.
Yeah, no, he's still in the guild. He just doesn't run it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't think he's going to interfere with Nicol Bolas. He's too smart for that.
Yeah, Niv is a smart dragon, too.
He is the smartest dragon.
Nicol Bolas would have disagreement with that.
I think Niv Mizzet's smarter than Nicol Bolas.
Demure is his set.
Yeah, we're not going to see a Tezzeret. Demure is going to be one of the guilds that's a good guy.
Yeah, because it didn't have a Planeswalker. So if the Planeswalker comes out in these next 2 sets, they are on Nicol Bolas' side.
Yeah. So, Vorbro, for you, there's a card. It's a new dissolve, the 2 blue 1 colors, counter target spell, Surveil 1. On the bottom it says, we've heard rumors that there's infiltrators in other guilds. Until we can confirm this, nobody gets to succeed at anything.
Oh, so you think Tezzeret might come back off color?
I think if Tezzeret comes back, he'll probably be in Simic.
Interesting.
Yeah. Or he'll be Izzet again. I mean, he won't be red, but he could be in the Izzet guild.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We should be seeing 3 Planeswalkers at least in the next set, though. So.
Yeah. So we got Vraska. I don't know who...
Yeah, we only got Vraska and Rawls Eric this one.
Who do we think are going to be other guilds teaming up with Bolas?
I don't know. I'm not looking that far ahead. I'm looking to the open house and the pre-release. That's as far ahead as I go.
I'm thinking Orzhov as well. And that would be a pretty cool spot to bring Elspeth back. But if she joins up with Bolas, I swear to everything, I'm going to quit Magic forever.
Yeah, a lot of people will be upset.
And go start a fire at Wizards headquarters.
A lot of people will be upset with that.
Yeah.
They have hinted at her coming back, though. She has the masterpiece.
She has, yeah. I'm excited for that. I'm hoping to see a new Elspeth and still be mono white.
Alright, now back to the game. Paul playing Scapeshift. He's got 7 lands.
Yeah.
What's the math again?
So he's going to sacrifice 6 mountains here to get, I'm going to assume, a Valakut and 5 mountains.
And that's lethal.
What was David at?
David was at 17.
Oh, Paul
needed to deal 18.
Just gets 6 mountains.
Yep.
Yeah.
Valakut's plus 6 mountains. And that spells the game for David. Paul Titan shifting his way to victory round 1.
Yep. And then he just shifted his way to victory round 2.
Yep. You caught my play.
Yeah, I sure did.
David, I liked what I was seeing there, but that Titan shift is just... It's got lightning bolts for if it needs instant speed interaction, so you can shut down the Felidar combo.
And unfortunately, David, that card doesn't do anything against Paul.
Yeah. Meddling Mage, yeah. Because you can't stop him from playing a land. It prevents him from casting spells.